Creepy coworker horror story.
Hi, I'm Wayne, a 22-year-old guy. I'm working as a research intern for a technology development company. Lacking experience, I often easily became overloaded with the work here. It was probably due to the high pressure at the workplace that people barely talked. After a while, I only knew and talked with two more colleagues, Emmy and Joe. Emmy was my supervisor, and Joe was Emmy's manager.
Jesus. Try to finish this mess. I couldn't contact Joe for a few days. Maybe he died somewhere.
Emmy angrily threw the documents on my table and left. It was already 8 o'clock. She must have been exhausted from taking over all the work since Joe didn't show up. Luckily, our boss was so understanding and kind. Every day around 10 p.m., he usually gave us some brain boosting water. To me, it was like an elixir. I always felt so awake and refreshed every time I drank it. Since then, it had become my new beverage, despite one side effect. I often lost sleep in the next few days. That day, as usual, I stayed at the company quite late with a bunch of documents. I went outside for a cigarette. While standing next to the exit door, I suddenly heard some strange echoing voices from downstairs. I worked on the 20th floor of the building, and there was barely anyone who came here at this hour. But that sound still stirred up the air. It sounded like someone jumping up and down the stairs. Then came the giggles, so monstrous in the still air. So strange. What's wrong with the janitor? I returned to my desk. Emmy had been off for 3 days already for unknown reasons. It also meant all of her work now fell on me. It was 9 p.m. I breathed a sigh of relief after the work was done. I packed up my things to go home. I hated the elevator here. It never reached our floor since the 20th floor button was broken. So I had to walk downstairs to use the elevator. Suddenly, I heard the same strange noise again. The clattering footsteps on the stairs and the giggles. But it was louder this time, and coming from upstairs, I called out, "Who is it?" The noise stopped for a few seconds, but then it got faster and louder. I saw a figure appear on the back stairs. It looked like a woman with loose hair covering most of her face. I approached her and asked, "Hello? What's the matter?" As soon as I finished the sentence, the woman slowly raised her head, revealing a wide face. Her eyes were bloodshot, like she hadn't slept in a week. Oh my God! That was Emmy. She was tightly holding a large stapler in her hand, which was covered in a red liquid that smelled like blood. While I was still frozen with fear, she burst out laughing like crazy and rushed toward me. I thought she would jump on me, but no, she kept jumping on the stairs, then burst out laughing again. I was so scared and quickly ran away. After getting in the car, my heart was still pounding wildly in my chest. I saw a crowd gathering in front of the building, but I was too panicked to care. That whole night I couldn't sleep, even until my alarm went off at 7 a.m. I still couldn't close my eyes for a while. If everything keeps going like this, I might go crazy one day. But I loved this job and wanted to follow it to the end. Emmy still didn't go to work today. Maybe she just gave up like Joe.